Top 10 celebrities who ruin their career. Celebrities frequently find themselves in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The internet is rife with reports of well-known people getting into trouble for inappropriate behaviour. But why do they show inappropriate behaviour? And how does their behaviour impact their careers? Mistakes are inevitable, but when your every move is being observed by millions of people around the world, one slip-up can destroy your career and reputation forever. Disgraced celebrities rarely make a comeback under public scrutiny. They all but vanish from the public eye. Let's examine the most famous people whose careers were ruined overnight. But before going into that, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified each time we upload a new exciting episode for you. So let's get started. There are occasional instances of scandal and drama. While some disagreements are just the result of misunderstandings or petty bickering, others can quickly escalate into dangerous situations. These famous people almost surely fall into the latter category, since they appear to have completely derailed their careers in historic times. Number 10. Ned Fulmer. The year is 2022, and it had one of the year's most shocking drops. Ned Fulmer, most renowned for his work with the Try Guys, was recognised by fans as a wife guy, who often shouted his partner's praises. Several recordings had him talking about his wife, and he seemed really happy to be a family man. But in September, it was revealed that he had been unfaithful to his wife, with one of his own workers. No one could believe the news, not even the rest of the Try Guys. Fulmer was eventually fired as a result of the incident's devastating repercussions. Their response video went viral, prompting a spoof from Saturday Night Live. Number 9. Kurt Zouma. Mistreatment of cats is a crime that will never go unpunished in the virtual world. Consequently, there was a media uproar in February after videos of French footballer Kurt Zouma assaulting his cat went viral. Both sports fans and animal rights groups spoke out against his behaviour and demanded that he's punished. Both Zouma and the team's sponsors eventually withdrew their financial backing, and the cats were adopted. It wasn't just Shark fans who made chants, condemning Zouma and calling him out for the cruelty. Fans of other teams did it too. In April, after an investigation began in March, the player was charged with animal mistreatment and banned from possessing cats for at least 5 years. Number 8. Cuba Gooding Jr. The star of Jerry Maguire, Cuba Gooding Jr., admitted in April 2018 that he had assaulted a nightclub employee in New York. This wasn't the first time he'd heard accusations like that, however. 30 women have come forward to accuse him of sexual misconduct. Many of them his followers who grew up watching his films, therefore his death came as a huge shock to them. Through his cooperation with the terms of his plea agreement, which included 6 months of counselling, he was spared jail time. His reputation has suffered though because he is also being sued in civil court for other matters. Number 7. Fred Savage. Over the years, Wonder Years star Fred Savage has been accused of sexual assault on multiple occasions. Several members of the Wonder Years cast and crew defended him in 1993, and Fox exonerated him of any wrongdoing in the production of The Grinder in 2018. Savage was sacked from his position as director and executive producer of the Wonder Years revival in May 2022 after investigations into additional charges. Incidents of inappropriate behaviour and verbal outbursts were among them. That's devastating news, especially considering that The Wonder Years is still Savage's most recognisable work to date. Number 6. Will Smith. Things were going swimmingly at the 94th Academy Awards until Best Documentary Feature was announced. When Chris Rock was called upon to give the award, he made fun of Jada Pinkett Smith's buzz cut. She was spoken openly in the past about coping with alopecia. As a result, her husband Will Smith ran onto the stage and smacked Rock across the face. Everybody was taken aback by it, but Chris Rock in particular. Smith's performance in King Richard ultimately earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. Some of his projects were cancelled or put on hiatus as a result of the anger he received for the slap. The Academy expelled him for 10 years, and he later admitted that the trauma he had experienced in the past had contributed to this behaviour but did not explain it. Number 5. J.K. Rowling. The Harry Potter fantasy books by J.K. Rowling have made her one of the most famous authors of all time. She had innumerable young and old followers who looked up to her for years. However, popular opinion is beginning to shift, largely due to her stance on transgender issues. The Harry Potter series performers, including Daniel Radcliffe, have spoken out about these views. Rowling published a novel in August called The Ink Black Heart about a woman who is slain after being falsely convicted of transphobia. Her post-Harry Potter reputation took another hit when the novel was deemed as an example of self-insertion. Number 4. Alex Jones. The host of InfoWars is notorious for spreading false information regarding the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting, but he's also promoted other conspiracy theories such as Pizzagate and Trump's big lie about the 2020 election. Victims of the conspiracy idea include bereaved parents who have been blackmailed, harassed and even told their children never existed. He was finally tried in 2022. Jones's own attorneys sent his entire phone to a plaintiff's attorney during the lengthy court struggle, which included 3 separate trials. He regularly lied under oath and tried to conceal his wealth, yet juries nonetheless awarded plaintiffs $1.4 billion. Jones has made it clear that he believes globalists are conspiring against him. Number 3. Ezra Miller. There was no stopping Miller now that he had played several prominent roles. Still in the year 2020, footage surfaced of Miller choking an Icelandic woman. They were arrested multiple times in 2022 for various incidents, including shouting obscenities at bar patrons, breaking into a bedroom and threatening to burn a couple, and throwing a chair at a woman's head. They've also been accused of harassing and grooming youngsters. In September, Vanity Fair published a story claiming that Miller saw themselves as the new messiah. As it turns out, Miller's team stepped in following the August burglary accusation, and after pleading no contest to disorderly conduct, Miller started receiving mental health therapy. Number 2. Amber Heard. As one of 2022's most talked about events, the trial involving Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was a major topic of conversation. When Jay Depp found out that Amber Heard had written an article in 2018 in which he claimed to be the victim of an abusive relationship, he filed a defamation suit against her. A protracted legal struggle ensued between the two celebrities, during which many embarrassing details were revealed. Some people questioned Heard's genuineness after hearing her testimony in the trial. In the end, the jury sided with Depp, awarding him damages of $15 million, and fining Heard $350,000. The original amount was reduced by the limit imposed by state law. An overwhelming number of people want her to be cut from Aquaman, and they've started petitions to that effect. No matter what happens though, many people believe her career is made. Number 1. Kanye West. Although Kanye West has influenced millions of people throughout the course of his career, he's also repeatedly put himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. He made statements in the late 2010s implying that Bill Cosby was innocent and that slavery was a choice made by African Americans. In 2022, he was seen wearing a White Lives Matter shirt and making a series of anti-Semitic remarks while assaulting Pete Davidson, who was dating his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. This resulted in his being permanently blocked from using Twitter and Instagram, although he continued to push his beliefs in interviews despite this setback. The worst of his comments, apparently involving support for Hitler and the Nazis, were cut from the broadcast. In fact, he was dropped by several companies, including Adidas. Many supporters continue to have faith that he will receive help and make amends. That's all for how and why these celebrities ruin their careers. What do you think about them? Have they done right? Share your opinion with us in the comment section below. If you find the video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any upcoming exciting videos. Until then, stay tuned.